130 years is a long time for any business, and only the ones that survive are the ones that can evolve into the future. Felicia joins us now live in studio as the Indianapolis Recorder celebrates 130 years in our community. What a milestone to celebrate.
130 years. Well, as the Recorder forges into the future, the evolution continues. Newspaper leaders are hopeful the next 130 years prove to be just as fruitful. The humble beginnings for the Indianapolis Recorder started in 1895 as a two-page church bulletin.
The Recorder still exists, it's still here, and it's still representing our community.
Pastor Gerald Trotter has been reading the Recorder for a lifetime. He always grabs a copy when he can because he understands the gravity of this organization in the community.
It also was a historical documenting institution. You can go back through their archives and you'll find out what took place, over those 100+ years.
More than a century later, the award-winning publication is still in print, online, and most importantly, in the community.
We take this responsibility very seriously and we try to do our best, and I feel like while we have the baton, we should do our best to make sure that we can pass it along and be there for the future.
For now, newspaper leaders still plan to continue printing, but the organization has not been immune to the shifting media landscape that's become more digital and business conditions that have become increasingly difficult.
We're training ourselves. We're getting training from national cohorts. We're always learning and testing out new things.
The organization also has a renewed focus investing in students.
We want to make sure that we cultivate new storytellers. So if we can help kids with the skills to do the writing, to do the storytelling, to take the photos, whatever is necessary to get the story done, we want to be able to do that.
And alongside acquiring more awards, lie ongoing plans of expanding its readership.
We hope that like I said, there's an awakening and a greater appreciation of what it stands for and what it contributes, and that it's able to expand itself.
People trust this organization. They trust the storytelling that's coming out of here. They feel comfortable here. I hope it just continues and goes on and on and on for 200 years, 300 years, that it's still here.
In recent years, there's been an increased effort to expand readership, and part of that includes having guest writers from various backgrounds. They actually did share with me that 40% of their readership is actually not African American. So yes, there is this emphasis on the Black community and stories from the Black community, but there are also other people that are not traditionally, that don't traditionally have their stories in mainstream media. They have an opportunity to have their voice heard as well. And they're hoping to do that for another 130 years and beyond.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? And you talk about the competition, and that's very real because now people can self-publish, right?
Yes.
If I want to get my story out there, I can go online and I can get that out there. So for these organizations that are the older legacy media to find a way to keep going and keep a relevant audience is really important.
Yes, yes, absolutely. All while celebrating a variety of communities in our area.
Yeah. All right, Felicia, thank you so much.